What's going on? J.J.Simmons, you are watching Thou Shall Prosper TV. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Normally, I let people introduce themselves, but I'm gonna introduce you, my brother. This is the one and only Coach Micheal Burt, the monster producer. Did I say it right with the accent?
Said it, man.
Man, you know, I'm
Southern accent, yeah.
I'm originally from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's so funny, the power of visibility. When I first heard you speak for the very first time, I said, man, his accent is out the box.
Yeah.
You know, people say we country in the South,
sure.
But it's so amazing of the power of consistency. I've learned to like the accent.
Yes.
And when I think about you, I like to mimic it because it's so unique, you know. So tell the people who you are, tell them what you got going on, my brother.
Well, you know, I'm a former championship women's basketball coach. I spent a decade of my life building a championship program that has now won 6 of the last 8 state championships in Tennessee.
Wow.
National championship team twice. And along the way, I started writing books because I was really into inner engineering people to win.
Okay.
Body, mind, heart, spirit, all 4 parts of their nature.
Yeah.
And so we began to win so many games that people said, what are you doing? How are you doing? I said, I don't have time to really explain it. Why don't I just write a book on it and you can read the book?
Wow.
Wrote the book, very first of 12. And people began to say, will you come speak to our group? And these are big companies, Dale, State Farm, National Healthcare. And I would go out and speak, and they said, we really enjoyed it. Will you come back? Wow. And I'm like, I can't because I'm trying to win championships.
Yeah.
But at 31, I retired from athletic coaching to start a coaching company. From the coaching company, really developed a program called Monster Producer, which is just gone international, really. So now there's over 400 people in that program. I'm personally coaching all of those people in a very systematic basis. I've just opened up the Houston market, so now I'm teaching Monster Producer here in Houston and just having a blast.
Man, I love the way you speak, man. What is this development of just the puncture? You know, how did you develop that, Coach? Because it's very unique. You know, I like how you present yourself.
I have a cadence, but the cadence comes from this. And Tim Story said this.
Okay.
First, you have revelation.
Okay.
And revelation is a big aha moment. Well, my revelation was at 6 years old when a Little League baseball coach named Mickey Vincent, a female coach, said to me, son, one of these days you're going to be a great coach.
Wow, at 6 years old?
At 6 years old. Wow. She saw that in me. She saw my unique ability very early in life. Well, my revelation is that everybody needs a great coach in life.
Okay.
A good coach will have conversations with you that you don't want to have. They'll make you do things you don't want to do. But a good coach will help you become something you did not think you could become.
Wow.
Well, because of that revelation, I have conviction, a deep conviction that with another person, a trained person, you can play at a much higher level in your life. And because of that conviction, I take action. So when I'm speaking, I'm really a coach that just has this passion coming out of me, this conviction coming out of me, because I've shown a demonstrated capacity through our processes to get people to a much higher level. And that's really the rhythm that I get into, is I'm a coach, man, in my core. And that's really different than me than a lot of the people, even that are speaking at 10X. All I do all day, every day is coach people.
Every day. What you doing here in Houston right now?
I was coaching people all day today at the Hotze Wellness Center. And I'm talking about deep methodology, how to get them to a much higher level of production. Tomorrow I'm coaching. Every day I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I don't just write books and people read those books. I mean, I'm in the trenches, man. And I think that separates me from a lot of people because they're not coaching people. I believe in 10,000 hours of practice. I believe in long obedience in the same direction.
Okay.
I believe that in mastering things. So the way you master something is through consistent, ongoing, systematic practice.
Nico's Computer Engineering is at the front of everything digital and technology. With the most advanced use of Amazon Web Services, artificial intelligence to predict your next sale, learn how to predict what your customers will buy next, learn how to know and automate your whole business so you can do one thing, go make more money. Tim Clark is the guy to know, a thriving entrepreneur and the mastermind behind artificial intelligent sales processes. Get automated, make more money, and grow your business with Nico. Learn more at nicoce.com. That's nicoce.com right now.
I was watching a few of your videos on the way up here, and I heard you say on the live video about the developing skills and the 3 things you talk about to get on bigger stages. Right. And you made a statement in a video I was watching a few minutes ago. While I was listening to because I was driving about you was a disciple of Stephen Covey.
I was.
What does that mean specifically to you?
Well, if you look at the word discipline is a derivative of the word disciple. Right. A disciple means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. We commonly know that as Jesus had 12 disciples.
Okay.
Jesus didn't have to do a PowerPoint. He didn't have to go 7 touches and follow up.
Right.
He asked and they said, I'm in.
Right.
And many interpretations say instantly, immediately, they took action. Well, around 18 years old, I began studying Covey's work. Covey is big into the whole person.
Yeah.
Knowledge for the mind, skill for the body, desire for the heart, confidence for the spirit. How do you enter engineer a person to win? So from 18 to 25, that's the only thing I studied. And so I really became just a disciple to his work, which means I just followed his work. I just absorbed his work. It became part of who I am. And it was the single greatest thing from a leadership perspective that I've ever done, because it deeply impacted my ability to impact and affect other people.
So I heard you say you borrowed the money from your mom.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
Was it worth it?
Well, 25 years old, I was a high school basketball coach making maybe $24,000, $25,000 a year. I was working 80 hours a week, every week. I used to work 80 hours a day on Sunday. I would get up and go to church and go straight to my office. And I mean, it was hard.
Yeah.
And at 25, Covey had where you could become certified in these 7 habits. And it's $2,500. I'm like, man, that's my whole month's salary.
Wow.
So I went to my mom and I said, if you will loan me the money, I'll pay you back. And I went to that and I went 30 hours of training, and I learned those 7 habits at a deep level.
What's the 3 greatest things you're learning in your life right now?
3 greatest things I'm learning right now is I'm a big believer in the long obedience in the same direction. I'm in my 10th year. Here's what's interesting. They tell us that 10,000 hours of practice is where you have a significant breakthrough. It was in my 10th year of being a head coach that I won a championship. I am now in my 10th year of running my business. And what's happening is I'm having those hockey stick moments. My business is growing at 200% year over year. I'm getting on bigger stages. I'm able to impact more people. So what's happened is it's long obedience. And then what happens is that momentum catches and you just skyrocket.
I'm in my 10th year right now. I'm right on track.
That's it.
What's the second thing?
I think the second thing is I think it has to do with sales. I think when you master, one big thing I've been working on is mastering any kind of objection that people give me.
Yeah.
Objection is opposition of thought. Yeah. And when you go out into the marketplace and try to sell anything or do anything big, there's going to be opposition. Those are just feelings, though. True people who have deep conviction can overcome those feelings. They can change those feelings. So I'm beginning to learn that as I'm coaching these people, that there's a lot of money that's lost in people that can't overcome objection.
Yes.
And in the South, we're very poor at this. We just kind of roll over when people give us objection. That's the second thing.
Okay.
Third thing is, I think that when it comes to training and what we do, training is not something that you do every now and then. It's something you do every day. It's not something you did. It's something you do. Military trains every day. Olympians train every day. World-class people train every day. And I'm seeing too many people want to know up front what's in it for me, how much money am I going to make. We don't know. On the other side of conflict, on the other side of discomfort is a deeper intimacy with your own potential. But a lot of people will not fight through the short term to get to the long term.
Yeah.
So they want to know up front. The story you heard about me getting on the stage at 10X is incredible. I wanted to be on that stage. I set an intention to be on that stage. I asked Grant Cardone, who's a friend of mine, do you think I'm good enough to be on that stage?
That was a great question, by the way. I like that.
Because if he said no, then I respect him. It's his stage. It's his conference.
Absolutely.
But I knew I was good enough to be on the stage, and I knew I've been doing my craft long enough to be on the stage. But there's a lot of bigger names than me out there right now.
Right.
Maybe 10 years from now, I'm as big as some of those other people. But every big star was once a little star that wanted to be a big star.
That's right.
And so I just said, what have I got to do to help you? Here's my contribution to your cause. If you spent $4 million to get Mandalay Bay, here's my contribution. I'll write a check for $100,000.
Yeah.
Right now.
Man, that was incredible.
And I bet on me that I could turn around and sell those. And I think my team told me as of today, we sold off 50 of those tickets.
Nico's Computer Engineering is at the front of everything digital and technology. With the most advanced use of Amazon Web Services, artificial intelligence to predict your next sale, learn how to predict what your customers will buy next, learn how to know and automate your whole business so you could do one thing, go make more money. Tim Clark is the guy to know, a thriving entrepreneur and the mastermind behind artificial intelligent sales processes. Get automated, make more money, and grow your business with Nico. Learn more at nicoce.com. That's nicoce.com right now.
What's the greatest book you ever read, Coach?
7 Habits. That's an easy one.
Really?
7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's deep. It's methodical.
How many times you read it?
A bunch.
Really?
The 8th Habit is actually his best book. The 7 Habits affected me more than anything, but Covey's 8th Habit, I'm into deep methodology. I'm not into cotton candy. I'm not into pop-up psychology, just soft stuff. I mean, I want deep stuff that works you from the inside out. So a lot of the stuff that's out today, I don't think is good enough. I think it's cotton candy.
The monster producer. Say it, Coach. Let me hear you say it.
Monster producer. Legendary creature.
Man, what's up with this animal thing? Last question, because the animal thing, I love it. It's such a marketing thing. It really caught me. What's up with this whole cheetahs?
I had a conversation once with a guy at a coffee shop, and he had read an article in a magazine, Fast Company, Entrepreneur, or something like that. And he said, you realize the zebra looks different than every other animal in the animal kingdom. Okay. And a cheetah runs faster. And he said, isn't that what we're all trying to do, look different and run faster? And I said, man, that's good. I said, are you going to do anything with that concept? He's like, nah, I just told you. And I'm like, I'm going to write a book on it.
Wow.
And I wrote a book called Zebras and Cheetahs, which was my first major published book through Wiley. That was in all the bookstores and airports. And then I came back, and one day I'm riding down the road. I've got a new employee. And I said, what do you think we do here at my company? What do you think we do? And he said, do you want to know the truth? I said, absolutely. He said, man, I think you're a freaking monster.
Wow.
He's like, I have never worked with a guy that has an engine like you, that has the intensity you do. And he said, I think we produce other monsters.
Wow.
And he said, I got a great definition of a monster, which is a legendary creature that combines multiple skills to dominate a market. And when he said that, I was like, that's
the line right there.
And so I developed 4 years ago a program called Monster Producer. It now has over 400 people in that program.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're signing up 90 to 100 people a month.
Man, shout out to Eric White. He works with you, right? That's how I got in touch with you, and I reached out to you. Shout out to Eric White, man. You helped me understand what was going on, and you coming to Houston.
Yeah.
So listen, my name is J.J.Simmons, and you are watching Thou Shall Prosper. God bless you.